How's it? This is Mark Heil, and I'm going to be teaching you a little bit about documenting in Word. Now, you're going to need some text to work with, and in this case, I'm going to use career objective example. This isn't mine, this is someone else's. So you can either use it or find some other text if you've never done one. Now, first of all, don't include a heading at the first paragraph. Make sure there's 5 paragraphs, and each of the other ones have headings, okay? And they're in bold. And again, to bold, you highlight it and hit Command B, okay? And we're gonna hit Command A, and then we're gonna decrease our font to 10 if it's not there already. So to decrease our font, Command and left bracket to make it smaller or bigger. Actually, I'm gonna keep 9 for now. 9 looks good. And then what I'm going to do is divide it into 2 columns like you see in newspapers. At the top there's columns, and you can hit 2 right here, okay? Or you can go to format and do it from there. So I'm going to insert 2 columns, and now we have something that looks a little bit like a newspaper style. I'm going to be putting a header on this. And to make it look, before I do, to make it look even more newspaper stylish or magazine, highlight the first letter. We're going to drop cap. So go to format, and we're going to bust the cap right there, and drop times New Roman, and that's going to be 2. Hit OK. So now you notice the color, or that it's a little bit bigger. And I'm actually going to change the color to blue just to be cool. Go ahead and add a, by the way, I am using Microsoft Word in a Mac 2009, in case you have it different, okay? When we're all done, it'll look something like this. Okay, so let's go back to what we're doing. We're going to put a title that says Career Plan, and to do this, we're going to use a Word art, insert word art, and I'm going to use something simple. You can use whatever you want, and just type in career plan and choose your font and size that fits your fancy, okay? And yeah, actually I'm going to put it on top here, and then right, I want you to change the direction of it, just so that I know that you know how to do that. I'm going to make it a little bit wider. Okay, so there we go, career plan. And to make it a little bit more snazzy, I'm going to insert, and you need to insert a picture and auto shape. So go ahead and do that. And what we're going to do is you'll get this auto shape toolbar. You'll click on the star, and we're going to use a 4-point star. And we're going to put a 4-point star just like so, and you can change. And I want you to change the colors, like all the colors that I'm choosing and the styles. You can choose your own to personalize it, so I know you did it. Okay. And speaking of personalizing, we're gonna put our name. So put an insert text box right here. Insert text box, and we're gonna put this in the top left corner. And before we do, we're going to use a creative name to describe your career path. So let's say your name was let's see, since this example is a writer, local writer, and I'm going to change the font. 12 is good. Now what you'll want to do is we're going to insert a symbol. So go to the beginning part of your career name and put insert, and we're going to go to symbol. Okay. Now there's a lot of symbols you can use. Okay. If you click on the font, there's symbols, And then there's webdings and wingdings and all sorts of cool characters. Go ahead and go to webdings and go ahead and choose one of these symbols. Okay, that's really creative and that you want to use. I'm going to use the globe. I'm going to insert that. Okay, so now I have the globe as my, and that just inspired me. I'm going to put World Writer. Now, I'm going to change the text box and put some color into it. So double click on the edges and I'm going to fill it a color. I'm also going to outline it a color. Okay, and for the style of it, you can choose, and don't choose a straight line, choose like a dash line. Any of these dash lines should be fine. Okay, and I'm going to do transparency 14. Okay, and then hit OK. And you'll notice we have our text box and we're almost done. I want us to use a little shadow with our text box, similar to like in Photoshop. They have shadows. So go ahead and click on the outline of the box and go to shadow here and click on shadow. And again, you can change a lot of the properties to get it the way you want it to. Okay, so there we go. We got our formatted text box up here. Now on the top right, I'm going to insert the date. Okay, now to insert the date, I'm not going to like type today's date. And I'm going to put it in the header. The header means every page after this and after, it's going to include this information in the top of the head. Okay, so what you want to do is we can go to view and you can go header footer. So we can see the header and the footer. I'm going to hit Command R to go on the right side, and then I'm going to go to Insert, Date and Time. Okay, and I'm going to choose just the date. So just choose any date format you want. It's up to you. Choose that one, and then make sure you click Update Automatically, because that means it's always going to show the current date. Okay, and so go ahead and click that. And there we go. Now, one thing I actually want you to do is go back and go to Insert, Date and Time, and include the time in there as well. So choose one that includes the date and the time. And make sure you Command R to right align it. And we're actually going to make it 8-point font. Okay? And change it to like a gray. There we go. So it's like light gray. It's in the header. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this first paragraph, okay, and select it. And if you just double click any part of the paragraph, it should select all the paragraph. And we're going to hit Command J, and that's going to justify it, just similar to how you see in newspapers. Notice how it extends out and you see it hit the line. Okay, so we're actually going to do that for the rest of our text, so we're good there. You can also change spacing if you want. So if you have a paragraph and then you want your spacing to be different, you can change it here. For example, this indentation and line spacing. Okay, so but we're going to leave that there for now. Next, what we're going to do is insert a, shape art. Go to Insert and choose Smart Art Graphic. Now these are really good for presentations if you're or diagrams if you're trying to explain something. go to, let's see, go to the eighth, yep, go to the eighth choice, and then click on this one, okay? And then you'll get this. Now I want you to type in the headlines of your text, like the titles. So my first one was university years. My second was from rags. My third one was to development. Okay, and my fourth one, which as you see there isn't a fourth one, so what we're gonna have to do is add it. To add a second one, it's pretty easy. Okay, so we're gonna take this, and you see this little button right here. Go ahead and click that, and you'll see it has your what you just wrote, and hit the green button that says a plus. Okay, when you hit the plus button, it's gonna add an extra one, and then I'm gonna hit my last heading, to riches. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Now, as you see, this means that you have to add an image. So we're going to add an image. Let's go download an image that I've prepared for you. We're going to download this compass. What you're going to do in your browser is type in bit.ly and then large compass. And then you'll get to this. Now, do not just click and drag it to the desktop, okay? This is a PNG file, and if you just drag it to the desktop, it'll change it to a JPEG. Actually, go down here and hit download full size. And then control click and hit save image as and save it to your desktop. And make sure the extension is a PNG. Okay. Now we're going to go into Word and we're going to double click on that picture and we're going to put in that compass that we just downloaded. And then there we go. It's right there. Now, as you can see, it's kind of hard to move this word art. And you see these texts, we don't need those texts there. So you can just go ahead and delete these little text boxes, okay, that are there. There we go. So again, to format this, you can pick it up and put it on top of text or in the text. You're going to go to wrapping, and this goes for pictures as well and word art. But for style, choose in front of the text. Okay, so click on the little puppy dog, go in front of the text, and notice now it's in front, and you can work with it a lot better. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and put this up here in the top right. And get it out of the way. And you can make it a little bit bigger if you want. And there we go. So I'm going to leave it right there. Okay. If you want, if it gets hard to read and you want to make it bigger, you can actually put it on the right column, and then for wrapping, you can choose something like top and bottom, and it will give you room, and now we can arrange it and make it a little bit bigger. And so this works really well too. So depends how much room you have to work with. So if you have it looking like that, it looks pretty good then. Okay, so and again you can customize this to fit your fancy. Now, sometimes a business letter will have a watermark. And a watermark is like a lightly, usually a symbol or a copyright text on the background. To do that, and it's a little bit transparent. Okay. So we're gonna go insert watermark. Okay. And we're gonna choose that same symbol. We're gonna choose picture. Okay. You can also put text, like you see it says ASAP, or you can put draft. Okay. If it's just like a rough draft, we're gonna select the picture and we're gonna choose that compass that we had just downloaded. Okay. And so it's wash out, yes, and auto. So, and then as you can see, it's really light, but there's a compass design in the back. Okay. Now, if you look on the bottom of your screen, uh, um, you'll see a little notepad layout view. Okay, and that's the bottom left-hand pane of the window. So if you want, you could check that out. And this is a really good way to take notes, and it looks just like a pad of paper. But we're not going to do that right now, but just so you know that's an option. If you're wondering how much words is per paragraph or per paper, you can just highlight the paragraph, and it tells you at the bottom how many words it is. So it says 308 out of 461 words. So that could help too. So if I hit Command A, it'll tell me exactly 461 of 461. So it tells you how many words you have written. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to insert a table. And to do this, there's different ways you can insert it. You could insert it like this. And so notice my table is right here. I have something to work with. And again, I just hit table, and then this is called a quick table. Okay. And you can decide what kind of table that you want. Let's see. We're going to choose a formatted table though. So I'm going to hit undo. Command Z is what I'm hitting. And I'm going to hit insert. And I'm going to choose quick table. Okay. And so I'll choose one of these quick tables. And this can be used to really help you format some of your work. So just go ahead and place that. So since this diagram is on the right side, maybe we'll put this on the left side and put it in between a header. Actually, I'm going to put it right. Yeah, you can choose where to put it. You can put it in the columns, outside the columns, it's up to you. But you're basically going to put the year. First of all, I'll start with the year you graduated from high school, so 18. Okay. Now, right now this has 3 columns. We don't need 3 columns. So highlight one column, control click, and hit delete columns. And now we're going to stretch out this one to make it a big second column. And we're going to put high school degree. Okay. So we're basically going to map out a little bit about what is going to be our plan, basically summarizing what we just did up here in our text. Okay. And then maybe at 21, you're going to put college degree in marketing. Okay. And again, stretch it out and make sure the font is about the same. I'm going to choose 10-point font. Okay. And now next, after 21, maybe at 22, you get your first job as entry-level writer. Okay. And then maybe at 24, you become local newspaper editor. And then maybe at 31, you become a state magazine editor. So you're moving up, okay? And then at 35, you become, let's see, the lead editor for a travel magazine. And then at 40, you become manager of editing department. Okay, so basically just script out what your plan is, and then you can explore that. Now, one more thing I want you to do is insert text box and put it just somewhere on your paper, and you're gonna put what did I have? You're gonna put qualities to succeed. Okay, and we're gonna use if you misspell a word like I just did, just control click on it and then succeed, and then it corrects you for it. And if you don't want to use succeed, if you control click, you can use synonyms, okay, and then you can choose one of these words, okay. So go ahead and choose what synonym word that you want, and that will help you in writing it. And then we're going to use bullets, so go ahead and use our format palette and go ahead and we're going to choose bullets. Now to customize our bullets, we're going to go to format, bullets and numbering, and you're going to choose the bullet that you want, okay? And again, here's numbering styles and lists if you want. Now for our bullet, we're going to customize it. So choose one and hit customize, okay? And then you could put in a picture. So notice there's different pictures. You could also use those compasses that we had, which would be a great idea. You can use different bullets, like a symbol, like the check mark, or there's like the apple symbol. So, but let's try to be consistent and use the since we have the compass, let's use the compass. So insert that as your bullet, and then hit OK. And so now it's the compass. So 3 qualities to thrive on. So I am going to use I'm going to use these 3. So determination, meticulous, and passionate. Okay. What I want you to do is change the color of those 3 to a different color, but not too crazy. And then there we go. Okay, so let's go back and center our headers. So university years, Control E to center that. Control E, Control E. Center those. And we're also going to throw in a page border. So we're going to go to Format, Document, and in Layout, first of all, if you want to change your margins, like you want to make them smaller, bigger, you can do it from here. So let's make the bottom margin, let's make that 0.8, okay? And then we can also go to Page Setup, and then if you're about to print it, you can go use that as well, okay? And you can choose whether to select that to the whole document, select the text, or sections, okay? So now go to Format and go to Borders and Shading. And as you can see, there's a page border for the second option. And I'm going to choose Shadow and 3-point width. And again, apply to the whole document. If you only wanted one of these paragraphs boxed or some text, then you would select like to this selection or first page only. I'm going to do it to this whole document. So I'm going to hit OK. So as you can see, it made it over the whole document, but notice that it kind of overrode the text box. So control click on the text box and hit Arrange, bring to the front. Okay, so now it's on top, and move it a little bit. In Career Plan, I'm gonna arrange and bring that bring to the front as well. And actually I'm going to move it in instead of that. So there we go. Okay, so now we have our career plan, we have our table and our lists. One more thing we're going to do, and it's probably the hardest, go ahead and get a picture of yourself, like the creative eye picture maybe that you've made before, or if you don't have one, just get a picture of you. I'm going to use Susanna's picture, and okay, and I'm gonna insert that right here. So to insert a picture, you go to Insert Picture, and then you can choose from File, and then you can choose the picture that you want. And I'll just do it again. So you go to Insert Picture, from File, and I'm going to choose Susanna, and then Insert. Okay, now again, it's going to insert and mess up your formatting, but don't be alarmed. All you need to do is go into your wrapping and put in front of text, and then you'll be able to manage it a little bit better. Now, we're going to come back to this in 1 minute, but what we're going to do is go to Format, Document. I'll deselect the picture though first and go to Format, Document, and actually, sorry, go to Format, Borders, and Shading. That's the one. And we're going to do shading, the last one. And we're going to shade this. Choose like a light color. Go to More Colors. And choose a really light, like a tannish color. Something really light. And then okay, we're going to change the background color of the page. Go to Format, Background. And for the background, choose a really light color. I'm going to choose this tan color. Okay. And so as you see that the whole page is now a lighter or a coffee color. So this may look nice if you're going to publish it to the web or something. But notice that Susanna, this white is all around her. Okay. Which we don't need. We don't want that. So to get rid of that white, we're going to click on Transparent Color up here in Picture. Okay, so go ahead and click that, and then just click on the white, and then all of the white disappears. Okay. Another thing we're going to do is recolor it. So click on the Recolor, and choose Accent Color to Dark. Okay, and now go back and actually double click on it. Go to Effects. Okay, we're not going to do bump distortion, and we're not going to crystallize her, and we're not going to pixelate her, but we are going to do some color adjustments to her. So if you want, you can adjust the controls if you need it brighter or darker. Okay, so I'm going to brighten it a little bit less saturation, and then we'll be good to go from there. Okay, and again, for the recoloring, choose Accent to Color, and choose a light color so you're not too dark. Okay, this is what 3 color looks like. 4, so just choose one of those colors that you want to use. So I'm going to keep her this. Okay, So I'm going to resize it to a little bit smaller, and I'm going to put it coming right off the border, so it looks like she's coming off the page. And then you're done. Oh, we still have to do the hardest part, and that's linking it. Now we're going to do a hyperlink, okay? And this is only for if you're opening it here in this document. But if you want to, let's say you want to click on World Writer, and it takes you to Susanna's picture, okay? And by the way, Susanna didn't write this, so, but let's say you click it and it goes to that. That's like a hyperlink. We're actually going to make a hyperlink in the document. This is really helpful for when you make like table of contents, like chapter 1 or chapter 2, and you click on that chapter and it takes you to that page. So it's really helpful. Now first, like when you're reading a book and then you are done reading it for the day and you want to come back tomorrow, what do you put in it? Yeah, a bookmark. So you put a bookmark in and then you come back to it and you're good to go. Well, the same thing here. We want to hit a bookmark first so we'll know where to put our hyperlink. So we're going to go, and the bookmark is going to be at Susanna because we're going to go to Susanna just like we're going to go to that page. So click on Susanna's picture and go Insert, and then choose Bookmark right here. Okay? And for the bookmark name, you're going to put maybe Susanna. Okay? Okay, now we're going to insert a hyperlink, and so we're going to click on the box where it says World Writer, which is going to be Susanna. We hit Command K, which is a shortcut to do a hyperlink. Choose Document, okay? Because web page would be if you want to link to like a web page that you may have referenced, okay? Maybe her site, and then you can click on it through the page. But instead, we're going to go to Document, and we're going to choose Locate, and then choose Bookmarks, and there's our bookmark that we made. Okay, so hit OK. And a screen tip, you can add a screen tip and then say, click here, you know, and then hit OK. So now, if we have our document and we hover over World Writer and we click it, it should go right to Susanna down here for us.